Hello friends, good morning, good afternoon. In this video, we are going to see stored procedure of our project. Means there are multiple stored procedures I created here. Means in last session we seen there are tables, correct, and we seen the hierarchy as well, and we see there is a purpose of that particular table. Means functionality point of view, how it is important, and yeah, we seen complete list of the tables here. And right now in this session, we are going to see programmability, means stored procedure. How, first of all, how to retrieve the list of stored procedure. Select star from information schema. It is the schema, and where here information schema dot routines, ROU, yeah, TINES, routines, correct. So you will get complete list of stored procedures here, and there is a specific name, means you will get the name, or a routine name is also fine. And one more thing, there is a routine definition as well, means what inside that particular um, return, means inside the stored procedure code, so you will get from here. And there is a created and last altered, means modified, when it is last modified. These are the two to three different columns which are means used. And here there is a functions as well, correct. And you can just filter it as a where routine type is equal to procedure, got it. And yeah, means when it was created, so you will get the complete list and their definition as well. Means if you apply uh, here routine definition, on which schema routine schema we will get, means DBO is the default schema, on that we created the stored procedure. And yeah, I will show you what is the schema, and schema is the logical entity. But right now we miss there, that particular schema we will discuss in the next session. But right now we are just understanding, yeah, means there is a, if I am specifying the schema, then routine schema. Yeah, here is the DBO. DBO is the default one. Means when you are creating the stored procedure without mentioning anything, means without mentioning the schema, then it will create on the DBO dot, means a DBO schema, correct. And yeah, here you will get the complete list. So there are some insert stored procedures, means I am ordering it by order by two. Order by two means whatever the column, means this is the first column, this is the second, third, fourth, and fifth. If I am making it as a six, then what will occur? Actually, it will give us the error. Yeah, six is not the present in the select list cause. So you have to mention it on a two. So you will get the uh, order, means there is a insert statement, means insert stored procedure in a one rank then retrieve. So it is alphabetically sorted one, or you can mention the specific name as well, it is also fine. Means yeah, correct. So yeah, first of all, there are some insert, then update and retrieve stored procedures. We will take the one sample for the insert stored procedure, then update and then retrieve. First thing first, we will go through the insert stored procedure. And right now I'm explaining you about the insert, and then we will go through the update one, and then last one retrieve. Insert is nothing but means we are inserting the data inside the table, correct, means into the table. So actually we can write the SQL statement. multiple times. Instead of that, you can write the stored procedure at one time and call this stored procedure for multiple times. That's why stored procedure is useful. And one more thing, you can prevent the SQL injection attack with the help of stored procedures. Means suppose this is an application. I'm running the application right now. Yeah. So yeah, this is the window, and yeah, here there are some parameters. Means like when I create the new button, all the means text box will clear, and there is a drop down value come into it, and then at the end we are saving the record. Means we are inserting the data in the database, correct? So inside that particular or below of this button there is a one code is called at it a stored procedure. Means we are supplying these values to the stored procedure and supply means that whatever the parameter supplied to the stored procedure, that will insert into the table, correct? Means first of all data entry, then a stored procedure, and then table, correct? This is the sequence. And then whatever the data is inserted here, so that here that data will show. Means once we are saving the data, then in the background there is a refresh button is called, and what will do refresh is clear the data in it. Means whatever the fields, and you are means whatever that particular date in the date range, that function means that parameters it will get, and it will show the data inside the grid. That is the functionality of the save button. And one more thing, yeah, I said before few seconds, is there is a SQL injection, correct? If I am making it as a delete from employee where number is equal to 5, or a delete from employee, so it will delete all the records. So miss, I will create the one separate session on SQL injection and how to prevent them with the help of the stored procedure. So that's why we are using the stored procedure. Means we can easily handle that, and if there is a some code changes, then no need to give the exe or application deployment. Instead we can just modify the stored procedure and only send that stored procedure to the deployment, or means in a stored means in a database point of view. Yeah, means there is a very small deployment in terms of the complete exe or in terms of the application dll, or so it is better. And one more thing, yeah, first of all we will see one entry, and I will show you the backend code. Here I am, there is a creating a one entry 175 Mahale Gopi, then quantity is the let's say 5 liter, SNF value 5.5, and SNF value 8.5. So I am making it as a buffalo, then rate is a 25. So I'm saving this entry, correct? So you are getting this entry at here, right? And here you can see the data inside it, correct? So what is happening behind of this? So let's see. I am closing this application, otherwise we can't able to see the code, correct? So let's, first of all, this is the form daily milk collection. Click on that, and in that there is a milk collection morning, correct? Go to the definition. Actually, I am going into the detail, but yeah, it's helpful for you. Means this is the form, correct? And in the background there is a save button, correct? When we are saving the entry, so what happened? First of all, please means these are the validation point of view. Means suppose there is a we want customer code, and there is a alphabetical character, means like a ABC is written. At that time there is a, means we are getting an issue, means message. So these are the some validation, and after that there is a we have to load the data in the fat and SNF, and based on that what is the text value of the fat and SNF we have to take, correct? And then there is a milk type, then after that there is a rate. means there is a also means we said them there is a automatic or manual. In terms of the manual we have to accept it from them, and in terms of the automatic, when we click on rate button, then rate will coming automatically, correct? So here is that code. Miss, here is the check duplicate entry in the customer daily meal collection. Miss, for that particular date, same customer id, same milk id is present, then milk time is for morning time, we are validating two entries are not required for the one customer. If you have to cancel it, then and then we can accept it. Yeah, that is the thing behind of it. And yeah, then this is the actual parameters, means we are supplying to the stored procedure. Here stored procedure is called, there is a insert milk collection underscore one, copy it, and right now I'm closing it so for your better means how to filter that and correct. Here right click on it, stored procedure, filter it. Yeah, just filter it and modify, correct. So same SP's um, SP code you are getting, means there is a code, customer ID, fat value, SNF value, quantity. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are the number. Why? Because there are some multiple columns and we have to supply the value one by one. So no need to confuse. Means there is a who is the at the six number, who is at the seven number. So here is the code and then customer ID, fat value, SNF value, quantity. Correct. So you will get that list. And one more thing, here we need to mention the data type with miss this is the parameter for that stored procedure and this is the data type, correct? So we are accepting that value from the outside, correct? Miss right now I am accepting it as a from application side, and if we have a uh, miss data inside the particular code customer id, once we pass to it, then it will insert the data into the daily meal collection table. And what is the code, what is the customer id, fat value, based on the that particular values we are inserting that value. It is so simple. Means insert into the daily meal collection code, so we have to pass the code, then customer id. Yeah, I am, it is just the simple insert statement, insert into um, table name and whatever the columns we have to mention, and then values. And one more thing, here there is a table and just filter the daily mail collection. So if you right click on it, then script and insert into, so new query editor, so you will get that list as well. Here you need to just copy and paste it, and whatever the columns we have to supply, so supply them, miss value, means here uh, at the rate code, correct? So such values and code we need to define at somewhere. So that's why here these value are defined, and this is the syntax, create procedure, procedure name as, this is the syntax, and there is a begin and end. Inside it you can define the your actual code. And one more thing you can do, control x, yeah, and there is a begin try, miss exception handling. If any issue occur, then we need to handle that, correct? So begin end, then begin try, end try, then begin catch, end catch, and inside it you have to handle that code, correct? Select error underscore message, error number, error procedure, error line, on which line we are getting an error. So that we have to mention error line, my bad, error procedure name, and error message is important. Okay, so yeah, if I'm executing it, what happened? Actually, the in the background it will alter it, and then there is a, if I'm inserting the data in it, and after that I am making it as a select 1 comma 0. Correct. Execute it, and yeah, we will try it from the front end application side. I have to start it, and yeah, before of that, yeah, here we we need to supply these parameters, means code, customer ID, pat value, snf value. So it will pass to the that particular stored procedure d1 to d12. Correct, means there is a mm, code related thing, customer ID, these are the parameters, d1, d2, d3, so d12, and at the end you will get the message as successfully record inserted or successfully saved. Correct. And it means retrieve the last transaction ID and of the daily meal collection. So these are the some means we are inserting into the customer ledger as well. Means let's say, means as we seen yesterday, there is a customer ledger contains all the values. Correct. So daily meal collection, advance, supplement. So we have to pass that value, and there is a miss transaction, means there is a one for daily meal collection, advance 2, supplement 3, so such a like that. And yeah, uh, a new click means when on the some data insertion is done, at that time we are clearing the data loads is calculating, then calculate the milk collection as well. Means there is a, this is the cow, buffalo, and total collection. So that will calculate that function and button new. Correct. So yeah, we will start the application, and let's say what we have to check right now. Yeah, miss, we are getting a error message or something like that. So new, then 173 I'm picking up, and let's say 2 liter, 5.5, 7.8. I'm selecting the buffalo. Yes, save. Yeah, successfully saved. Yeah, data inserted successfully into the table. Still, stored procedure have a error. Correct. So, how to handle that? Actually, I added this now. Before of this, there is a nothing commit transaction and begin transaction. Correct. So, what happened behind of it? Means suppose let's say stored procedure call is started and then insert into the table. Correct, means it is inserted successfully. After that, what will happen? Yeah, here is the select 1 comma 0, 1 divided by 0, means you will get that error, but stored procedure execution is completed, no problem in the insert statement. That's why data is inserted successfully. If I have to create, means suppose let's say if there is an error occur in the stored procedure and there are multiple statements inside it, so use the transaction, means all the statements will complete successfully, either all or none of them. Means suppose this is the perfect, this is the statement, this is the statements will complete successfully. If any error occur, then it passes that switch, means call is passed from these select statements. When a means error is occurred, that will pass to the catch block, and in catch block what we return, yeah, sent me the error line number, error procedure, and error message. Actually, instead we are using the some error message table or a error table in SQL. So once there is a problem, so we are inserting that error into the table, so that it is a very important from investigation point of view. Correct. So let's say I'm executing it, and I'm starting application again. Okay, here is the daily milk collection and new sorry, yeah, 173 we inserted, so I'm inserting 172. Let's say 5, 8 cow rate is 54, successfully inserted. Yeah, if you see here, there is a no entry command here, means successfully saved, but actually it should be a wrong message. Means once all the things are fine, and then we have to say, yeah, successfully saved message. Actually, this scenario means suppose we means right now checking from different perspective, like the transaction point of view, then insert point of view. That's why. But generally what we have to do is if we insert the data in customer ledger in, then there is a our daily meal collection, then all the things are fine, then you can say, yeah, successfully saved into the database, correct the message which was wrong here. And one more thing, at that time transaction is required, means initiate the transaction from the .NET point. I mean, means when you start the new entry, at that time transaction will begin from the .NET side, and then it will insert the data in multiple tables. Once all the things are fine, then commit the transaction. Means what will, there is a nothing data lose problem, and we are not losing the data, or there is a correct message in, means to the user. I said this example to how to handle the transaction handling and how to deliver the proper message to the user, correct. Yes. And let's say if you check the data in backend, there is a no data is insert. If you see, there is a, or I will show you another example, 171, correct. There are 9 entries, right. And we will go in again, application. So new entry, then there is a 171 I am picking up, then there is a 5 later, let's say 5, 4, and 8 point, sorry, 8 point, or okay, 7.8, fine. I think it's the cow, correct. Saving it is wrongly message right now I am getting, yeah, successfully saved. But here you could see there is a nothing entry, right. And we will check in the background, miss in the database, there are previously 9 entries. Next entries come, no, because it was failed in the exception handling, and we got the message as a, but actually this message or these things we can write in a SQL server table, so that we will know, yeah, miss both the, miss either here we got an issue or this statement have an issue. I will show you in few seconds. uh, just simple, create procedure, retrieve data, correct, as, and I'm taking the code of here. I'm just dropping all that statement from here. Miss here the simple example, correct. Before of this there is a commit transaction. I am comment it. So select star from daily meal collection. Same example here. Got it. And we will get how much records? 9 records from the stored procedure. Correct. Execute it. Then how to call stored procedure? Exec, and then retrieve data, because here no any parameters I'm passing. Got it. And yes, at the end we will get error leave, means there is a select statements we are getting the data, and select 1 divided by 0 means in the message you will get uh, 1 divided by 0, but actually here in the select message, not the print. If print, then you will get the message. So here retrieve data is the procedure name. Yeah, line number 13 and divided by 0, error encountered. Got it? And if I am saying, yeah, if I am initiate the transactions, means there is a select statement, then select. If there is a insert statement, then begin the transaction and commit the transaction. So what it will take care, it is following the asset property. I will show you in means upcoming session what is the transaction, and if there is a situation, we have to insert the data in three tables. Either it is in all table or none of the table. So at that time we can use the transaction. Means suppose we are inserting the data in invoice header and invoice detail, correct? So if we insert the data in inside uh, invoice header and not, it's any problem occurred when while inserting the data into the inside uh, invoice detail, correct? So what will happen, data is mismatch, it is present in header and not present in the detail. So at that time we require the transaction, correct? And right now we implement the transaction in the SQL side, not the .NET side, application side, I can say. So we have to, means we have to take care of two to three things, and means we required all the things in a transaction, then you can initiate the transaction, otherwise no need. Means if we are inserting entry in the multiple tables, and then it should success, correct? And if there is a failure, then roll back everything. So this is the situation, then use the transaction. Yeah, store procedure is the very simple. Means instead of this you can, there is a begin and end, and just make the statement whatever, insert, update, delete, correct? Okay, store procedure is already available, and create or alter, there is also one here we can use. If not it's available, then create. If already created, then alter it. So execute it, you will get the data, correct? But in this case there is a no any transaction, correct, and no any exception handling in this case. Got it? And here is the simple select statement. If there is a parameters, means I want customer ID data, correct? I am hard coding here, right? At the rate customer ID as a big int, correct? So pass that particular parameter to the customer ID, execute it, and 171, right? Execute it. So you will get, yeah, the retrieve data expecting. Okay, you can do that as well. What it means, we are not getting an error, right? This is the proper syntax. Means there are the five different parameters, and you can do that. If we pass null value, so how to handle the null value, I will show you in a detailed session. There is a stored procedure session, correct? So right now just miss, you got the idea about miss how to create the procedure, and how to handle the exception handling, and try catch method, as well as transaction as well, correct? So we will see the update stored procedure right now. Yeah, on application there is a data, correct, means 173, but maybe chance there is a correction in means there is a quantity, we said, yeah, 2 liters, but actually there giving us the 3 liters. So what will happen means there is a rate value, all the things are fine, means SNF pattern SNF based on that rate is calculated, and right now previously 2 and I am making as a 3. So we have to make the update, correct? So in the backend the data will update right here. Previously there is a 2 liters and I made it as a 3 liters, correct? So if you see in the background, first of all I am showing you code so that yeah, on update button, behind of that update button there is a validation first, then there is a we are retrieving all the data, and on the basis of transaction ID means we have to update the data, because transaction ID we are not updating. We can update the transaction ID and code, we are not updating. We are updating the just yeah, wrongly customer, there is a pat SNF quantity rate, something is missed, correct, or there is a misinformation, so we are updating that value and we are calling this stored procedure, correct. And miss customer ledger is also update background, because yeah, quantity is update right now. Miss at the end customer ledger is need to update, correct, that's why here there is a update the customer ledger. And here I am filtering that particular proc as a cus- uh, update daily milk collection, modify it. And yeah, what I did here, there is a simple stored procedure, alter table, and we are passing the parameters to it, correct, as update daily milk collection set code customer ID means we are not updating all the things, correct. Whatever value we have from the front end we are just supplying to the back end. Here list of parameter, correct. So if anyone is modified out of them, then that value is that value will update, correct. Means right now uh, these are the means 9 10 columns value, correct. So if we are passing yeah, quantity is changed, before it was 2 and right now we are making it as a 3, but previous value we didn't change, correct, on they are available on the form. And but we have to pass all of them, and we are just changing the quantity, correct. Yeah, and one more thing I have to say you, let's say here is application, and right now I'm running the application, and whatever queries are coming from the application, you have to see how to track that queries, and you can debug that application from means VB.NET side as well, in SQL side as well. But right now, yeah, um, we know to means first of all we need to check means yeah, how that uh, how to debug that particular procedure, or there is a means which queries are coming to the database, those are the slower queries or those are having an exception, how to check that. Yeah, here is the tool in SQL Server Profiler, go to that. And yeah, I'm on another screen, just wait for a second. Here is the tool, and yeah, you could create. I'm here is the first of all it will showing you as a connection message, means on which server you have to connect, and then there is a new trace, click on that, and after that there is a essay, and insert the password. SQL Server authentication, yes. Oh, caps lock, got it. Yeah, this is the trace, and I'm not creating, I'm just selecting it as a standard, correct. and event selection. On which database you need to filter, there is a database name. Here instead template, there is a tuning, and in event selection there is a column filter, and there is a database name which SWARAJ Swaraj, correct. Okay, and run it. So in the application side, what I will do, I am started this application, correct, and which query is running, miss right now this query retrieve the list, miss retrieve list, daily meal collection date wise morning, d1 and d2, two parameters are passed to it, correct. Select top 1000, sorry, top 100, and there is a execute SQL. So what are the these two parameters? So there is a 28.6, and you can copy it and execute in SQL, so you will get the complete list. Means execute it, yeah, right. Means whatever application is showing, those are the queries are execute on a SQL database. And how to capture that? Using the SQL Server Profiler. I am showing you one more example. Here is the 173, correct, and sorry, 173, and show it. So one records we got, and in the background that query executed, correct. So let's see, yeah, this is the query, and copy it, then execute it, correct. So this, there is a 173 customer code. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, one entry is showing on a backend, that's it. So that is the purpose of the SQL Server Profiler. Means you can track, and there is a sometime you have to check, yeah, um, miss query, which query taking too much time, or something deadlock issue occur, or you have to find root cause about it. Then this is the best tool for to identify the queries in the background. Yeah, I will create a separate session on the SQL Server Profiler and Database Engine Tuning Advisor, so that you will get some deep knowledge about it. Means how to track the query, how to analyze that query, query execution plan, and performance tuning and optimization. At that time, this will help us. And one more thing, actually on our blog, I have to update the stored procedure, means whatever that code of the database, correct. So right click on it, task, then there is a generate script option. So in using that, we can create the entire script of the table or specific objects. So here I'm selecting all the tables. So here all the tables you require to create, means suppose you have to do the practice on same database, correct. So you need the structure as well as data, correct. So right now I am providing the structure, and in the next session we will create the some script which are dynamically insert the data in all tables, correct. And whatever the views, yeah, these are the some views I created here. And after that there are some stored procedures. So I'm selecting all of them, got it. And yeah, user defined function, there is a trim string, yes. And I'm not picking the data here. How to select that? Yeah, there is a schema only. If schema and data, then you will get the complete data. But yeah, for data script I will show you in next session. Right now I'm picking the only schema, correct? And check constraint, foreign key, all the things required, correct? Indexes as well. If any indexes are available, then triggers. Okay, click on OK, and then open in new query window, or I will save it in a specific folder. Yeah, open script per file means per object means there are 10 objects you selected, so 10 script will create. So if better way to create all them in a one script. Yes, create table script I created, and yeah, today I will upload this script on a blog. Got it. uh, Click on finish. Yeah, you can see this is the script, correct? Means there is a create function, create table, correct? So means whatever the stored procedure code and all the things are written at here, and there is a database diagram code will all the things it contains, correct? This is the code of database. And yeah, one thing I have to show you. Yeah, database diagram. Actually, yeah, the length of video is more right now. So what we can do in the next session, we will see the database diagram and then insert script. First of all, means I already created the one database diagram inside it, so you can get the means suppose you have to understand the database from the scratch, then we have to understand the table hierarchy, then table functionality, and then table means database diagram. There is a vice versa means you can understand the database diagram first and then functionality as well, no problem, it's your choice. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you like it, please share it and subscribe my channel. Thank you very much. Bye bye.